Hello everybody, this is Prowl and welcome to a Minecraft walkthrough of Nether portals. And today, that is what we're going to go over. We're going to go over everything that you need to know about Nether portals, from the simple things to some of the slightly more complex things. So let's go ahead and jump into this now. Alright guys, so let's go over a couple quick ways that you can make a Nether portal. To do so, you're going to need some obsidian, and there's several ways that you can get it. If you're going to mine it, of course, you are going to need to get a diamond pickaxe. So you are going to be required to have diamonds before you can go to the Nether by making a Nether portal, with the exception of one way, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. So you're going to either need to go down to the caves and find obsidian that's already there, or make your own obsidian by finding lava either on the surface or in the caves and just dumping water beside it, just like this. As you can see, that will get rid of the obsidian, just like, or get rid of the lava, make obsidian just like that. And if I change myself, game mode, survival at self, and you can see here that you can just mine the obsidian and it will come right up. Takes a little while to mine. I gave myself the haste effect, which is why my pickaxe is moving so fast. But as you can see, sit there, mine it for a while, and this is what you'll get. You'll have the obsidian drop. You can go ahead and pick that up. Now, there's another way. Let's go ahead and switch this back over to creative. There's another way that you can make it without having to actually go get the obsidian. This way will require you to get 10 lava buckets. But if you get the 10 lava buckets, what you need to do is make something just like this right here. So you'll make it 6 wide by 7 tall, just like this. And then on these inner parts is where you're going to put some lava. So you'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2. And then just go ahead and place water anywhere above that. Right here should be perfectly fine for us. We're going to leave that water there while we mine this out. That way we can actually turn everything into obsidian, all the actual lava sources into obsidian. And there we go. And we can just go ahead and take out that water. And as you will see, we have the shape of a Nether portal. So let's actually talk about the shape of Nether portals really quick, because this that you see right here, this is the actual minimum shape that you need, minimum number of blocks, minimum size that you need to make a Nether portal, just like that. You have one over there as well. So that is 2 blocks on the top and bottom and 3 blocks on the sides. Some people think you have to put these blocks here in the corners. You do not. You don't need blocks there. You can put any block you want to there, or none at all is perfectly fine, and it will work just like this. Now that is the minimum, but the other rule is that it does have to be, the portal itself has to be a square. So you can't have a square or a rectangle. You can't have something like this where you have like a cool shape to it. That's not going to do the trick, even if you do meet like those minimum requirements. As you see, that's not going to light up. It has to be a square or a rectangle, but it can be any size square or rectangle. It could be this. This is a 3 by 3. You could make it 20 by 20, 50 by 50. They can be about as large as you want to be. They don't have to be rectangular either, or I mean, they don't have to be a perfect square. I can make a really long one just like this, and it'll work the exact same way. So whatever you want to do, if you want to use one for decorative purposes, by all means, go ahead and do that. But the minimum you need is that right there. And that's really loud. I should have turned my game sounds down. So let's go ahead and stop talking about Nether portal sizes, and let's talk about actually going into the Nether and some very important things that you're going to need to know when you first go in. You're going to want to bring a handful of some type of stone, and you're going to want to bring your flint and steel. So when we go through this Nether portal, you see, first things first, it has spawned us pretty close to a lava lake. We're right by this ledge, but at least there's not lava on the other side of it. But you're going to want to bring some building blocks, and preferably stone, because you're probably going to want to make this area a little bit safer for yourself. So that way, right when you come through the portal, you don't fall down. Also, I'm saying stone instead of other blocks like wood or grass or dirt, because the ghasts that spawn in the Nether, I have mobs turned off right now, but ghasts that spawn out here, they shoot fireballs, and they can destroy blocks that are not stone. So a lot of people will even go through and actually replace the floor around it as well which will just help protect you a little bit more to make sure when they blast over here, if they do, that they don't break your the floor around you and make you fall into lava. Also, another really good practice is to protect your nether portal by adding in some kind of doorway to it. That way the ghast cannot blow it open. So something like this right here, and maybe a door right here, or making that chamber a little bit larger, blocking things off on the other side, will make it so a ghast cannot blow up your portal. And this is why I told you to bring a flint and steel, because if a ghast explosion or something else, but that's probably going to be what does it, breaks your portal, you don't have a flint and steel, the only way you're getting home is taking a swim in the lava. So make sure you bring a flint and steel as well. Now, let's talk about some of the reasons why you need to know a little bit more about placement of nether portals, because there's going to be a few things that are going to be rather important to you guys. And that's going to have to do with travel and using nether portals to get places. Perform or you enjoy my content in general, please make sure that you click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Those things obviously help me out quite a bit. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, check out other content on my channel. I do have numerous dozens of tutorials for the Bedrock edition of Minecraft, and I have a great survival multiplayer series on Truly Bedrock with 15 plus other great creators, and we have quite a lot of fun, so you might want to check that out too. But yeah, thanks for watching, and let's jump back into the video. Okay, so we're going to talk about two different things here, and depending on what happens when we do this is going to decide which one we go over first. So nether portals are a great method of travel because every 8 blocks that you walk in the overworld equals 1 block in the nether. So this portal that you see way down there would be 8 times closer to us than it is right now in the nether. And to demonstrate that, actually what I can do is I can fly over here, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to see what happens here. It might link up with that other portal because it's close enough, or it might not. In this case, it did, which is going to lead me into talking about coordinates of your nether portal. If you're playing the Bedrock edition of the game and you have coordinates turned on, you'll probably have them in the top left corner of the screen. If you're playing on Java, and I usually play on Bedrock, but we're doing this in Java because there's a few bugs with nether portals right now in Bedrock that make creating videos for them kind of hard. But in the Java edition, you can hit the F3 button and see the coordinates on your screen. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab the exact coordinates of your nether portal, and then we're going to divide those coordinates by 8. So you see here, I'm looking at block 128, 69, 244. Those are the coordinates. So we're going to go ahead and write those down right now, and then we're going to properly link up our nether portal in the nether by dividing the 128 and the 244 by 8. So let me do that right now. Okay, so we are now going to properly link our nether portal. We divide 128 by 8, we get 16, and if we divide 244 by 8, we get 30.5. Now you can round up or down with that. I usually say round, but it's right in the middle, so we can go either way, it would be fine. And you see right here, we got 16 and we got 30 is the block that we're looking at. So that's where our nether portal needs to properly be, so that way we can have other nether portals in the area and them not get mixed up. That's the whole reason for linking up your nether portals. That way they do not get messed up, meaning you go through one and then it takes you to one that you do not intend to go to. And then here in this case, we got to do a little bit of building around it. And we can get rid of this nether portal right here. And then we built that other nether portal. It was on 139 and then 68 for the 2 coordinates. We divide those by 8. We get 17.3 and 8.5. So let me go find those coordinates now. And here is where our other nether portal ended up. It ended up being out in the middle of this lava ocean right here. So again, I used stone and I built a bridge over to it. Again, if a ghast shoots at you, yeah, it may hurt you, but it's not going to break your bridge and make you fall down into lava. And then again, you might want to cover this guy up, something like this, just to kind of keep a ghast from possibly exploding it. Maybe you make a tunnel between the 2 areas or something of that nature would be perfectly fine. We're actually going to talk about a better location for your nether portals here in just a moment. But as you can see, if I go in and out of this one, it takes me to my original portal right here. And then I could just travel this short distance right here, and you see it links up with that portal. So we should see off in the distance this way. See our portal right there? So that's a whole lot quicker than having to travel from here to there. And this is really a short distance. This isn't too bad. But imagine if this nether portal was way, way out that way. Let's say I have a village over here and a farm that I built somewhere way down there. You don't want to have to travel by boat or even by air with the elytra or any other method, by foot especially, when you can just, I need to get over there, I can just do this right here, and then boom, that's it, I'm there. I made it over that quick. So travel is very important, but if we go into the nether here again real quick, this is not convenient, nor is it safe, right? We could have gas shooting at us. We could have magma cubes spawn here, and all of these things are really dangerous. So one recommendation I have is once you make this first portal, get yourself enough blocks to pillar yourself up. By pillar, I mean take a whole bunch of blocks and just start going up just like this, and get yourself all the way up into the roof up here, because there is space in this roof. Just like this, get a few blocks in, yourself a little bit of breathing room there, and then carve you out a little bit of a cave system here, or a tunnel system. And what you could do is, instead of that portal being right down there, instead build it right up here. And then we're going to talk about a few things with aligning your portals vertically too. But if you don't need to do that, which most people won't, but you want to be in a safe place, get up here, dig yourself some tunnels, and connect all your nether portals up here, and you won't have to worry about any mobs bothering you, especially if you spawn proof it by placing down a lot of torches or placing down carpet or something like that, just to keep mobs from spawning. Another thing you can do is vertically stack your portals too. So let's say I want to get from, I don't know, let's say I want to be able to easily get from down here to a portal I have in a cave down in my base area. But then let's say I also want to be able to get to the top of the nether easily as well. So I can have this portal up here, which is the exact same coordinates as that one down there, except for it's higher, link up with a portal that is higher, whereas the lower one links up with a portal that is lower. This doesn't have a ton of use in the Bedrock edition of the game, at least not yet, but it does have a lot of use in the Java edition of the game, because in Java, and we're not going to go over this here, you can look up videos for it, but in Java you can get up on the ceiling of the nether just like this. And for a easy way to get up here in the future, it is definitely a lot easier to have a portal here. So what we can do is go ahead and break this one right here. And then anytime we need to get to the roof of the nether, we would have to just use this portal right here instead of going through the bedrock and having to mess with all that. So this one right here will always take us to the roof of the nether, because it is a similar coordinate on the y-axis, the up and down. But if I ever wanted to get down here, I just have to use the lower portal, and it takes me back and forth there. So there is use in vertically stacking them, but again, more so in the Java edition probably than the Bedrock edition. Now, next thing you're going to do is a huge favor to yourself and protect your nether portal. We actually already talked about doing that in the nether to protect it from ghasts and maybe even magma cubes, but we also need to protect it in the overworld, because what's going to happen is while you're out building your base, sorting out your inventory, whatever it may be, mobs will be loading in the area, and then they will actually walk into your nether portal and teleport over to the nether. Well, this guy doesn't want to, but this guy will, and then this guy will. And then what's going to happen is one day you're going to walk into the nether, and then you're going to spawn in right beside these guys, and then they are going to blow your face up. It's exactly what's going to happen. And it's not going to be pleasant. It's going to break your portal, and it's going to break you as well. So instead of allowing that to happen, oh, well, I've broken these, so that's why it's linking me over here now. So instead of letting that happen, what you're going to want to do is fence around your nether portal, or put it inside of some type of building. Fencing around it or putting in a building is going to be a great way to make sure that you are the only one that can get inside of your nether portal and no mobs can. throw in a couple of torches around here just to get some extra light in the area, and you're good to go. You can walk in and out freely. Put down some pressure plates maybe to make sure that your doors always open and close behind you. Pressure plates are a great way to do that because you don't have to remember to do anything. It's just going to automatically do it itself. So every time I walk in, it opens, and then every time I go through, it closes. And of course, I teleported back over here again. But yeah, so that's all you're going to have to do. So that is going to complete our walkthrough of Nether portals today. Hopefully I gave you guys lots of fun tips that will make them easier to manage and help you figure out problems and just set them up right. That way you don't have to worry about any problems in the future or any headaches. And yeah, definitely use them properly, especially for travel. We talked about making them any shape or size you want. We talked about the overworld and the Nether being different in every 8 steps, 8 blocks you walk in the overworld is 1 step in the Nether, etc., etc. There's tons of cool things to know about them, and we didn't even go over all of them today. I just hit on the simple things. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Make sure you hit like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed the content. Thank you guys so much, and you have a good one. Goodbye.